Hey guys, Bird here. Let's talk Zhin. As a bit of a warning, this may come off as a bit of a rant, so if you're not interested in hearing my ranting, I'd recommend skipping this video and just watching one of my other ones instead, or waiting for the next one. So if you aren't in the loop, we recently got a new champion named Zhin. He's an interesting champion that combines melee with some range, and he's meant to be some sort of samurai assassin type character. He has melee swings with soul projectiles. Along with his quote-unquote melee swings, he has a dash, an immunity ability, and a counter ability, which is also in turn sort of an immunity ability. Additionally, he has sort of a one-shot style ultimate, where he latches onto a target and deals 2000 damage, but it's not particularly relevant to the video, so we'll leave it at that. If you want to read about the specifics of the abilities, feel free to pause the video here and read through them real quick. So what's up with Zhin specifically that warrants me making this video? Well, his kit sucks. No, I'm not talking balance wise. He can be played and even played at a decent level potentially. He's not the worst, he's not the best, he exists. The thing is that Zhin's kit sucks because it isn't designed well. Zhin has a ton of issues with his kit that makes him extremely infuriating to play. Which is a shame because he's a really cool character that actually brings something somewhat new to Paladins. So what exactly is wrong with it, you might be asking? Firstly, the biggest issue is his counter, more specifically the legendary associated with it. Without the legendary card Retaliation, his counter ability blocks one tick of damage. That damage could be a single Victor bullet, it could be a Cassie blast shot, it could even be a Drogo's ultimate. When you block it, you'll perform a melee swing in Retaliation that does 700 damage. With Retaliation, however, you block multiple ticks of damage throughout the full duration of your counter ability. This means that it plays pretty much like an Androxus reversal mixed with sort of a Genji from Overwatch, where you're constantly absorbing damage and you're reflecting it back as 700 damage melee swings. You can get in someone's face and either force them to run away, or they'll end up killing themselves on you. So using counter without Retaliation just sort of makes counter feel like an extra damage ability. The Retaliation legendary card should really be part of his main kit, his default kit if you will. In its current state, it feels like a part of his normal ability, but removed in order to be put into a legendary. An example of this for another character might be Drogo's can no longer explode his fire spit, and instead it can only be done when you're using combustible legendary. Like how fun would Drogo's really be to play then, when you're removing part of his kit specifically to make a legendary? The second issue with Zhin is his lack of verticality. While you might expect him to dash like an Androxus, he can actually dash on the ground. It's similar to a Makoa dash. This wouldn't necessarily be an issue if it weren't the fact that he's meant to be a flanker. Your whole objective is to get behind enemy lines and disrupt the backline damage dealers, like for instance a Kinessa. But how are you meant to deal with a Kinessa when you can simply teleport up on high ground and there's nothing you can do about it? Having a flanker without vertical movement completely negates the point. This can be seen with Lex for instance. On most maps when Lex is played, he's played as mostly an anti-flank, where instead of running around trying to kill enemy carries, he instead waits in the back line or waits around a corner and deals with their flankers instead. And this is even worse for Zhin, as he doesn't even have the range to poke with. This is just a core design flaw that greatly reduces the amount you can actually do with the character, lowering his viability, and actually getting really tiring to play it, especially on maps like Serpent Beach and Timbermere where there's so much high ground control that's necessary for a flanker. Issue number 3. Quality of life. Now Zhin has a ton of problems with quality of life design. Not being able to jump while using your Q ability Billow, when other similar abilities in the game allow that, or not being able to cancel either of your channel abilities, that being Billow and Counter, the post-fire delay between abilities, which is the time it takes before you can use an ability after finishing the previous one. Here's an example of the delay between the counter ability finishing and being able to activate your Billow. While a lot of champions have issues here and there, none of them have issues everywhere. As I mentioned earlier, Zhin is a cool champion and at times can be really fun to play. But all of these issues just kind of pile up and make him incredibly infuriating and tedious to try, and especially to try and improve on. At the end of the day, no matter how much time you spend trying to master him, you're still going to be limited by all these major design flaws. So you may ask, Bird, what can be done about it? Well, short term it's really simple. Take some time to fix these issues, Hi-Rez know about the issues, we've given them feedback, I myself have given them feedback, and I imagine eventually these issues will be fixed. Add the Retaliation legendary to his counterability by default, and instead have a legendary that makes you dash omnidirectionally, that means you can dash vertically, and suddenly he's a lot more viable. Fix all these small issues that make him so annoying to play. Let us jump while using Billow, let us cancel abilities at will, remove the 1 second delay between abilities so that we can actually position ourselves well without getting killed waiting for our abilities to work. Until then, we can wait. Not every character has to be perfect on release, especially in the early beta stages. Use our chance in the beta, however, to give feedback to Hi-Rez so that they recognize what the community wants and that we want these changes to happen. Long term, however, is a lot more difficult. For that, we need to look at the core of the issue, which in my opinion at least is development time. When you have to continuously put out new champions in the game, of course something's going to go unnoticed and abilities won't feel as clean as they should. If you rush something, it will never turn out well. We've already seen these issues in the past. Torwald had issues on release where it didn't feel like he belonged at all. Inara's kit was unpolished and unviable. Things like not being able to rotate the wall were all looked past in order to get the champion out on schedule. Ashe has issues with her kit, similar to that of Zhin. The abilities feel out of place and uninspired, not synergizing with the rest of her kit. And now Zhin, another champion that has all these quality of life issues, abilities that don't really feel good together, legendary cards that feel like they're stripped away from the default abilities. These are issues that can be avoided by further testing and more development time. We gave feedback during the PTS stages. I personally gave a lot of feedback directly to Hi-Rez about all these issues, yet nothing was really done about it because there's just not enough time. Instead of ignoring the results of PTS, I wish Hi-Rez would be more open to taking an extra week or two in order to fully develop the new champion and new features of the game that really make them feel good. All in all, what it really comes down to is feedback. We're fortunate enough that the game is still in beta form, and we're able to give our feedback knowing that they're willing to listen. Please, whether you agree with me or not, take the time to provide your opinion and send in your feedback to Hi-Rez through the forums, on Reddit, on Twitter, in-game, whatever it may be. Explain the issues that you're having, explain what you feel is lacking and what isn't, let them know what you want, let them know what you don't want more of, and especially let them know that you're willing to wait an extra week in order to receive a champion that feels really awesome. I've put a link to the forums below where you can provide your feedback directly to Hi-Rez, and make sure you spread the word so we can really utilize the beta stage of the game as much as possible. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, go ahead and drop a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.